Hello, Mechwarriors, and welcome back to Let's Play Mechwarrior Online. Okay, so I'm recording this one right after the last episode. We're going to go ahead and jump right into another match with the spider. Although, looking at the numbers, medium might get us a faster match. Nah, it's not a big deal. Let's go for it. If it takes a while, we can always switch it out. Oh, I'm so tempted to turn off Conquest. Nah, we'll leave it on. The more potential matches we can get, the better. So yeah, last time I was talking about how the mech that I'm running is kind of hard to win with. And then, of course, I got blown to bits. That's more like an average match for me. Winning and doing a crap load of damage, that's unique. And hey, we actually won a match. Which is really cool, actually. Since normally we don't. So yeah, I was talking about the meta game. Well, the game that Mechwarrior Online is based off of, Battletech, is a tabletop board game. Oh, I don't want to say a board game. It's a tabletop war game, mostly played with a board, but you don't need a board. So it's not really a board game. Anyway, whenever you fire weapons in that, you roll a hit for each weapon. And after you roll a hit for each weapon, you roll to see where each weapon hits. You don't really have direct control over where your shots land. Unfortunately, that doesn't translate well into Mechwarrior Online. Any kind of video game really has that problem. So, how do you overcome that? Well, the answer is you really can't. See, the majority of the problem with having direct fire weapons is that anyone who has a decent amount of skill will almost always hit with the weapon. And unfortunately, that means that damage is all going to one component on a mech. Since each mech is made up of a bunch of boxes called hitboxes. So if you say, shoot an AC 10, which is what we're going to be doing. If we shoot an AC 20, that's a new number. When you shoot an AC 10 at a mech's leg, the game checks to see whether you hit its hitbox or not. If you didn't, it'll just not register on the mech. And usually it won't flash or, show that you hit it. Usually. There are some instances where that doesn't happen. But anyway, so each mech has a set of hitboxes. However, for the most part, direct fire weapons go exactly where you're aiming. And of course, the bigger the gun for autocannons, the more drop-off you have in range, so you always have to adjust for that. But right now, since we're talking about the metagame, particle projection cannons, which are the guns that fire bolts of energy, not lasers, but the ones that fire like blasts at the enemy, those are direct fire, as well as autocannons. And the problem is that if you aim at a mech's hitbox with 2 ERPPCs and an AC-5, guess what? All of that damage is going to the hitbox you're shooting at. So it's not getting spread out across 3 components, even though you're firing 3 weapons like it would in tabletop. All 3 weapons are going, oh, you're shooting the left leg. Okay, 25 damage. Because that's how much damage those weapons do together. And therein lies the problem with the game. And it's not really a problem, per se. there's no cone of fire for weapons, so even though you shouldn't technically have all your weapons hitting the same point on an enemy mech, they do. And this is a problem because a lot of mechs don't have significant protection, and people have learned that the easiest way to take down enemy mechs is to deal a crap load of damage to one or two sections. Now, this wouldn't technically be a problem, and one of the ways it can be fixed is with a cone of fire. So while you aim at an enemy mech and you pull the trigger, let's say I'm going to do it right now as soon as the guy pokes his head back out. Oh, I missed. But let's say I aimed at this enemy mech here, and the game registered that I was going to hit its left leg, okay? However, if the game then put in a cone of fire so that not all of my shots hit the left leg, but might miss, might hit, but you're firing in that general direction as opposed to hitting a specific point. That would fix it, but it would also negate people's piloting skills. Because then it wouldn't matter how good a pilot you are, because even if you're the best gunner in the world, you can still miss. There we go, got his leg. See, that thing right there? That really shouldn't happen. You shouldn't have pinpoint aim on a 30-ton lumbering war machine. But I digress. So, the metagame has been to put as many direct fire weapons onto a mech, point it at the enemy, and put in just enough cooling so that when you're done firing, you can move off to another point to do it again. And if the game was intended to be giant robot snipers, that would be fine. I mean, that's not a terrible idea. But the whole idea of me running around at 45, 50 kilometers per hour, swinging the arms, because in the setting, mech arms are actually controlled by artificial muscles, much like a person's actual muscles. And assuming that all your weapons are going to be on target all the time, that's where the problem comes from. So, yeah, the metagame is to load as many direct fire weapons as you can so that you can punch through whole sections of an enemy mech at once. It's just how the game works. I don't really have feelings one way or another towards that. Well, I do. I don't think that the game should have direct fire like that. My keyboard decided to suddenly stop receiving signal. That was interesting. Also potentially deadly. Alright, here we go. Now we've got to find the enemy team and not die. Where are they? They were last seen around here. So my guess is I'm going to poke my nose out at some point and die horribly. Well, this has just turned into a really tense fight. Feels like a horror movie or something. Oh god. Alright. Crap. Ah, I just lost my autocannon.
Right leg critical damage. Autocannon ammo destroyed. Autocannon destroyed. Insert destroyed.
Well, this is gonna end well. Oh! Enemy mechs finally saw me. Also, wow. Yeah, there's no way we're winning that. Well, that fight was different. On to the next one. Yeah, we did really bad. But we kind of knew that. Here's hoping the next one goes a little bit better. I really feel like maybe we went the wrong way. Because I could have brought a little bit more damage. You know what? Let's go ahead and switch up mechs. I think this guy's ready to launch. We still have half a ton, but there's nothing I can fit in there for that. It's a small laser. Whee! Okay, let's go for it. Yeah, I've got a strange sense of humor when it comes to naming my mechs. So anyway, clans are coming out in June, and I'm actually really curious to see how they balanced clan mechs. The problem, of course, being that all of the fans of the clans want them to be super powerful guns and everything, and unbeatable battle mechs. But for the purposes of an online game, they're going to have to be balanced. And I think a lot of clan players are going to be seriously disappointed. Even if the clan mechs are good, I think they're going to be disappointed because of the fact that they're not as overpowered as they think they should be. Alright. We're in the pilot, we're in the cockpit. I can't think tonight. We're in the cockpit of my Griffin. In my Lance are a wall. No. We have... God, there we go. We have a Cataphract, a Locust, and an Atlas. So that's kind of cool. And after this episode, I'm going to have to figure out why my keyboard keeps cutting in and out. I've actually been killed by that before. I turned a corner, and I was slowing down, and I walked right into two Atlases, and I looked at them, they looked at me, and I mashed the reverse button, and my world exploded. And my mech stubbornly refused to back up. C4 or in C3, huh? I don't see anybody. I'm not gonna go that way, that's a bad idea. Maybe I can sneak around this front side here. Well, it wasn't my best idea ever. Oh, he's coming up this way? Awesome. Let's see what this guy's doing. Oh, that was bad. I wasn't paying attention to the heat at all. Turn, 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 turn. Oh god. No. Well, that went well. Right. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. I don't normally do it because I enjoy watching the match, even after I die. But sitting there watching me watch other people is gonna be kind of boring for you guys. I mean, you can let me know in the comments if you want me to do that sometimes. But I don't feel like I'm living up to my end of it as the guy putting up videos if I'm making people watch other players. Let's, you know what? Let's go back to the Centurion. When all else fails, I have to go back to my Scourge. Let's go ahead and launch. After clicking the requisite 6 buttons. Actually, I think it's 3, but... well, 4 if you count the launch button on the, or the ready button on the map screen. That's fun. So, 4 buttons, and I can finally launch into a match. And we're searching. And we're searching. And we're searching. And then I'm going to be dropped in a match with nothing but assault mechs. Because... yeah. Ooh, Caustic Valley. Alright. This map's a bit hotter than normal. Not really a fan of this map. This was my least favorite map until Tourmaline was released. That's the one with all the big crystal terrain and stuff. And I hate that one because it's really hot. And then they released Mordor. And Mordor has cemented itself as my least favorite map in the game. Whereas, for favorite, I really like River City. It's nice and small. But I'd really like to see a couple custom matches of Lance versus Lance, as opposed to 3 full Lances versus 3 full Lances. Full Lances. Full Lances. Sorry. My pronunciation is betraying me today. Alright. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright. My loadout is set. That's good. Every once in a while, when they do an update, for some reason, all my weapon groupings reset to 1. And then I'm in for a nasty surprise when I pull the trigger and my mech shuts down. I think we're gonna follow this Atlas and hope he knows where he's going. Plus he's got an ECM, and that's always a good thing. I'm not gonna be very effective at this range, unfortunately. Where is everyone else on my team? Looks like everyone's kind of going to the right here. Alright. Come on, Atlas. Alright. Let's see what we can do. Looks like the enemy is
Target acquired.
taking advantage of this hill pretty well. Oh.
Acquired.
Really? I love it. I stopped moving just in time to shoot a wall. Hooray!
New target acquired.
I am awesome pilot. Well, actually I'm a Centurion pilot. Really? He didn't die from that? Dang it. Oh, why is... Whoa, whoa, artillery strike. Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. Oh!
Right.
Ow!
Damage.
That was really annoying. Let me see. Huh. My headset has a volume feature that does nothing. I think it's supposed to be the volume of my earphones on this thing,
New target.
but I could really use with a...
Right.
Great.
Critical damage. Autocannon destroyed.
Thank you, Betty.
New target acquired.
The automated voice in a battle mech is generally referred to as Bitching Betty. Why? I don't know. It's an amusing name. No, 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 no. Oh. Well, guys, this has been Mechwarrior Online. If you enjoyed watching, a like would be much appreciated. Share the videos, get the word out there. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe for more mech on mech action. And next time, we'll be discussing airstrikes and artillery strikes. Until next time, Mechwarriors.